This time 2 years ago, we had a simple objective for Thrash Racing: make cool shit. And then the world went to shit. We originally had plans to go back to Japan and make more content for you guys to enjoy, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, things have been kind of rough to get back to the land of the rising sun. So we figured it was time to start making content all over again with our current endeavors, which the pandemic has spawned a unique situation for Yusuf. Currently trying to get in Japan is like trying to go to your friend's house and constantly being denied but not told why. And that's pretty much what's been happening with Yusuf and the Japanese government, as his visa has been lost in the void due to the world's current situation. This unfortunately put the brakes on a company within Thrash known as Kashima Wallace Exchange, or for short, KW Exchange. However, the government still needs proof that the business exists, whether he's in the country physically or not. So in order to fulfill his business obligations to the Japanese government, they decided on selling and transporting vehicles, and the first few have arrived. The first car to meet the front of my camera was a 1996 Mitsubishi Delica Super Exceed 2.8 turbo diesel, which has about 243,000 kilometers, which is about 150,000 miles in freedom units. Now, after giving it a quick wash, the 30-year-old paint and vinyl scheme has definitely lasted the test of time. Although the Delica is known to be just a straight-up utility vehicle, it does have some luxury van characteristics like the crystal light roof, the forward, side, and rear-facing rear seats, and some VIP style privacy curtains for the front, back, and side to side, daddy. And I guess I can't ignore the fact that it has a wood grain steering wheel that matches the dashboard. Real classy. After we got some shots, we figured it was time to take it around the parking lot just for a quick feel. Which, speaking of driving, this thing does have the option of being 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive with a few gear shifts.
So today we're driving a 1996 Mitsubishi Delica. I'm not like a knower of the SUV-isms, but this is pretty nice.
Outside of the general info on the car, it's clean, it's extremely functional, and it's even more 90s than some 90s kids. Now, even though I don't have any personal experience with this car, the one thing I do remember is the fact that they used a Delica in some JDM option video with the Drift King himself, Keiichi Tsuchuya, where they were doing some like hilarious foot race or something. I don't know, it's just ridiculous as JDM option usually is. And that's pretty much it for the 90s utility van. Next is pretty much the exact opposite of the Delica, a 1991 Honda Beat, which has just over 119,000 kilometers on it, and if you look at miles, it's about 74,000. This unsuspecting, fun-sized 660 mid-engine rear-wheel drive Honda can be explained in 2 words: hella fun. Like way more than you would assume given at first glance. Since the Honda Beat's external presence is always the talking point, let's briefly go into the history of these type of vehicles, known as K-Jidosha or K-cars. Japan apparently had a law if you were to own something of the size of a S13, an RX-7, or even an R32 Skyline, you had to have proof that you had a space big enough to stash it. Probably explains why so many automotive-driven animes had so many garages to accompany the cars that were featured in them. In order to be classified as a K-car, the vehicle can't be any wider than 55 inches, it must have a motor less than 660 cc's, and may not exceed the speed of 54 miles per hour, at least around the time of the production of the Beat. The regulations have been slightly updated since then. Now I know you're thinking, guys, I'm not gonna fit in that. Well, I'll let you know that there is a small video with a big 6'5" man by the name of Jeremy Clarkson that did a video on the Honda Beat in the 1990s, and he fit perfectly fine. With the size requirement out the way, I'll let Yusuf do the talking from here.
Alright, so this one's pretty basic. There's not much to look at in here. Tape player, AC, all that stuff works. Yeah, AC blows very cold. Pretty cool, but you know, you're not gonna pick up much on it. But it works. This car is cool, it's just, it needs someone who actually cares about it. Like, you know, if somebody wants to redo the door panels, it needs a new roof, but like you can get those made in America, which is pretty cool. All right, let's boogie. I don't got much gas in this one either, but we're gonna make it work. This thing's only 660 cc's, but it's pretty quick.
So it's my bike.
Yeah. Yeah, if somebody just bought this, put a couple grand into it to make it fucking sweet, woo, this thing would be fun. He's zipping all over the place.
With all that said, that is pretty much it for these two cars. If you're interested in either one, head over to kwexchangejapan.com or hit the link in the video description. If you're looking for something more special, I would definitely keep an eye out, as these aren't the only options available on the website. And that's gonna wrap up this video. We know this one was short and sweet, but we wanted to get back on the stride of making content, as we do have future plans, but we will share that obviously when the time comes. Until then, we will see you in the next video.
Now, we have many types of vans, Toyotas, super customs. These vans are very nice. Very nice vans. I'd love to take one of these off-road.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?